The glimpse of stalking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. Good authors too who want
Stephanie Schultze. I teach theater 1 through 4, honors directing. I teach some other classes, and I'm the director of the musical Anything Goes.
Schedule, I want you off book. Anticipate being off book for that. And then Mr. Foy's working on how we can get music into Anything Goes for you. Anything Goes classroom for you, how we can get music so you can rehearse.
Anything Goes is a classical musical theater. It has gone through a revision. We are doing the new version, the 1922 version. It is a Cole Porter musical set in 1936 on a boat with Reno and her gang and chaos that ensues.
Swinging eggs right there, right? Okay, here we go. Do it again. Good job. Good job. Ready? 1, 2, go. I am Matthew Foy, and I am, I guess you call me the vocal director, the musical director, whatever you want to call it. 1, 2, 1, 2, go. Bon voyage.
You mean bon voyage.
I've done a lot of shows, probably 15 to 20 shows. I really don't know at this point. I'd have to go through them. I can tell you the first show I did was probably either the year or 2 before Miss Schultze came up to the high school. So however long that is, she could tell you that because I can't keep up. So it's been a while.
2007 at the junior high, and then jumped over here around between 2007 and 2009. I was talking to Mr. Foy about that after rehearsal today, how many shows we had done together. I need to go look.
So the music for this show, it's really not as hard as a lot of other shows. Last year we did Addams Family. There's a lot of big chorus numbers, very difficult music with chord structures and dissonances and all that stuff. And so that was pretty hard. This show is pretty easy as far as chorus goes. And that's generally what I teach mostly is the chorus music, and then I'll help individually. But for chorus, it's not very hard, and there's not much of it. A lot of duets and solo songs on this, which I'll help individual singers with developing their vocal abilities and learning the songs. They pretty much learn the songs on their own. I just help with technique and get them to project and be healthy as they sing.
We started at Witherspoon across town, which was a very old theater, very rundown. And we put on shows that we were very proud of from that theater, but definitely high school level production, just trying to have a show. And then we jumped from that, no official light grid, the curtains were so old, they were faded mustard yellow green. It was a really odd color. It was an old basketball court, like really draw the image of that theater. Ghost in the rafters, the seats, you were afraid to sit in them because you never knew if it was going to hold your weight for the audience. It was just sketchy. No dressing rooms, no makeup, no backstage, no tech, just sketchy. And then we come over to this facility, which is state-of-the-art, was built to be a roadhouse theater. We can bring in professional shows, back up, unload, like they do professional theaters, with the full tech components, the rigging, the rail, the lights, the sound, the full thing, with this black box theater to go with it. And it just made you up your game. Everyone just upped their game.
By the seashore, I'll wait and watch the sea till you come back to me, my dearie. fiance. Foreign word, Crocker, means they're getting married.
Fast forward 10 years, and now the challenge is making sure the kids understand how fortunate and how lucky we are to have this facility. Because these kids never knew what the kids who made the jump with us understood, is how lucky we are to be in this facility. So I think that's always with Mr. Stahl and with all the teachers, Foy and Miss Letitia and I, always keep in their forefront. Russellville's special because we have this facility, and that adds something to our productions that we never want to forget or take for granted, because 99% of the high schools out there don't have what we have, and we never want to take that for granted.
No, other way.
Other way.
Get behind. Get behind me! Hop, boom.
Oh, I thought I was jumping. Okay, so I go. Boom.
Sort of.
The challenges are how busy the schedule is for high schoolers. High schoolers, especially if you're trifecta, if you're band, choir, and theater. Plus, you can't forget that the whole purpose you're here is academics. The calendar at Russellville High School is silly crazy. It's crazy.
It's a big ask for the kids because, I mean, it's a lot of time. It's a big time commitment for these kids. And so we try to, we try not to take as much time as, we try to take as little time as possible, I guess. But, starting, we just really started in the last couple of weeks, but, they're given 2 hours plus a day for 3 days a week or more. Sometimes we ask more of them. So by the time we get to that last weekend in April, they've given many, many hours.
So we didn't really get started until after Arkansas Thespian Festival. Mr. Foy had All-State, Arkansas Thespian Festival, followed by All-State Weekend, and now we're into Anything Goes. It's a little bit slower than we usually like to start. I think we're okay. It is a tap show, but that said, the tap numbers in the show come down to about 2 or 3 for the full group, and then some spots for duets. We picked the show because we have, especially our lead female, is one of the most accomplished dancers we've had come through the program. She's a competitive dancer. She's phenomenal. And she just has that it factor when she's on stage, and she can tap like nobody's business. It just seemed like this is the year we can do a tap show.
Letitia Green. I spent my entire adult life in Nashville, Tennessee, and I was one of the lucky few that for many years I was able to make my living as an actor. They should be hopping. Okay? All right? So let's try that. 8 one way, 8 the other. 5 and 6 and 7. When I moved to Russellville 6 years ago, I bought a marina. And I run a marina, and my first summer there, this woman came in and said, "Is your name Letitia?" Mm-hmm. And she had heard about me from somebody, and it was Stephanie Schultze, the theater director here, and she asked me if I would be willing to choreograph their show. They were doing Guys and Dolls. And I was like, yeah, I know that choreography, I gotcha. And I fell in love with working with these kids at Russellville High School. And now they could ask me to stand on my head and gargle salt water, and I would do it. She would probably jump down and bounce back up. It is my ultimate. I have fallen in a pit twice. I had the most unbelievable fear Stephanie Schultze put up the beam, the things. I have fallen in pits twice. I'm telling you, there are chalk lines going across, and you need to stay on the same plane. All the boys go on one plane, all the girls go on one plane. So
The energy here is great. I have never seen a fine arts department in any school so all in, and that is a tribute to Ms. Schultze and Daniel Stahl and Carney and Foy, you know, as the music teacher. He gives them so much, and they love it, and they grow and they learn. It's fantastic.
Is being all weird in front of the mirror because he's one of those weird Brits.
Hi, I'm Libby Wills. I'm a senior at Russellville High School, and I am Reno Sweeney.
Do things to me.
Do things to you.
I mean, you send me.
Send you where?
One look at you and I get hot
Oh,
pants.
dear me, would a bit of ice do any good?
Evie, hot pants means that I'm crazy about you.
Reno Sweeney is a woman that gets what she wants when she wants it, and she will find a way to do that. She's very powerful. She is a evangelist at nightclubs, and she's on the ship right now, doing 2 shows a night in the ship's lounge, saving sinners twice a week. I'm loving it. I wanted it really bad because it's my senior year, and this is like the last chance I have to, because I want to do theater professionally, and so this is the last chance I have to get that experience, and so I wanted to work really hard to get the role so I could get the experience. So I started taking classes for the auditions and for my voice lessons and all of that.
Floor. Right now, it's like we're choreographing a dance, which you're very good. Yeah, you're like, no, you want him to ask you to prom. So what are you gonna do? You know, send him all those messages. He's got a girlfriend, but that's all right. You know what I'm saying?
I like to perform, and I'm excited to finally talk on stage, because most of the time I just dance and I don't speak or sing, but now I get to, and so people can hear me do stuff now, which is going to be a fun, exciting change for me on stage. So I'm most excited for that, I think. I'll definitely have some nerves, but mainly just for speaking on stage, because I can move pretty easily, but my voice might get a little shaky, but that's about it. I'll get over it.
Well, there are 2 factors at play here. One, you have me, who was a professional dancer and professional choreographer. So you don't have just kids doing jazz squares. And then we have a strong core group of girls who have been dancing in studios their entire lives. And when I realized that they were unbelievable tappers, I was like, Schultze, it's now or never to do a heavy tap show. And so we did. And the great thing about this is working with kids that are such good dancers, we get so much done. You know, I can just say, this is what I want, and boom, it's there. It was a challenge for the males. We didn't have any boys that danced or tapped or anything like that. So before Christmas, we started a class, a tap class, for anybody, boys and girls. And I was shocked when I saw how many people showed up. And out of that, we came up with 5 guys who are just really good. So here we are.
Did you do?
Right first, yeah.
jiggling. Yeah, that makes sense. We landed here.
I just was checking.
Okay, so arms here, and then I want you to come here, here, and here. Okay, so it's hip, shoulder.
The challenge going forward is making it all gel, because you have really good dancers and you have sort of good dancers and then you have non-dancers. So getting them to just gel together and make it fluid. It's still a little choppy right now, but I think as they get more comfortable, you'll see the relax, and they need to relax into the steps too. There's a good bit of river dancing with some of our non-tappers, you know, with the big tappy feet like this. And I'm like, no, it's down low, bend, bend, bend.
There's the remind for parents. Anything goes notes, final winks, the rehearsals on the back. We are in our do not miss stage of life. They are long rehearsals. Plan accordingly. You guys have all done shows. I want you. You're good. Okay. We feed. There are the dates that we feed you. Please make sure parents get this newsletter. The QR code is for parents to sign up to help with desserts. Fast pull list.
No, I'm not coming back next year.
Yeah, seniors typically don't. I can block, but I can also let you do vocals. Both have to happen. And blocking is.
Can I have the angels?
Let's just split up for now, and then let me get them to where I have them all.
So the frustration right now is time and space. It's a high school, we have to share space. I understand that. I want to be a team player. I'm doing a tap show. I can't remember if we talked about this the first time you interviewed me about space and having dedicated rehearsal space. I was out of space Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Could not tap in space today because of an event tonight, and we have discovered on this show, because it's our first time to do a tap show, that they did not use the proper paint. So when we tap on this floor, we are literally turning the paint into powder. The powder adheres to the bottom of the student's shoes. They leave the building, going through the lobby, the carpet in the lobby. The powder transfers to the carpet. Then moisture hits, like if it's a rainy day, whatever, and we are staining the lobby carpet, literally, because once moisture hits the powder, it turns back to paint. Okay, anyway, that story is just one of those stories like, are you serious right now? Why is this my problem?
So Carney's getting medical booties. We're going to try different things. What you need to know is you can't walk across the black box floor in the shoes. You're going to walk out into the lobby through the carpet to go home in. So start planning accordingly through the rehearsal. And then guys, this will also be something we have to talk about when we hit show and you want to run out after curtain call to the lobby. There's probably going to have to be a moment where you take off your stage shoes, and that's why I say have house slippers. We could have a real fun little line in the back hallway of your house, put your names up on the wall with your house slippers. Get out your show shoes.
So my worries right now are, one, getting the show finished. Reno, our lead, she is phenomenal. This girl is phenomenal. She's so good that she also has a full-time studio life. And so that's what, the end of this rehearsal, I just lost my marbles. I'm glad you weren't in here when it happened, because I turned around to block Reno and she wasn't here, and I couldn't finish what I was blocking because I didn't have the show's about Reno. So we're going to be okay. The show is going to be okay. I've got great talent. Our choreographer is doing some of the best work she's ever done with us. The choreography is on this show is going to be some of our best. The singing, Voyage, doing miracles. So today was, there's something in the water. It's spring. These kids are teenagers in springtime at a really weird long year. We've been talking a lot in this country. outside, just in our society, that mental health is a problem, and it is. And it's a big problem with teenage girls. And that is not an exaggeration. And I'm feeling that as a high school teacher right now. Mental health on these kids is sketchy. And so they want to be here, they want to be engaged, but they're also just wacky. Sometimes I don't know where they are mentally. They're not getting enough sleep, they're exhausted. These are our art kids, they're in choir, they're in theater. Some of them are trifecta, they're in all three with band. They have outside dance studios, and that means they're usually top students, or they're taking the AP. And there's just a lot on their plates. And now we're trying to do a musical. And they're real world professionals. This would be their job. All they would have to do that day is come to rehearsal and do a musical.
By this time. So right now we've got some catching up to do. All right. So don't, if you're in fourth period or next week third period, don't just go, I don't really want to sing that today. If you want to have a great show, it's a musical. It's called a musical for a reason, right? If the music's bad, it's a bad musical. Okay, so we got to get caught up on these course numbers and get them to sound as good as Act 1 course numbers. Act 1 I think sounds really good. Act 2 is kind of meh. We haven't had as much time. Okay, so it's just kind of meh. So we got to get caught up. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Commit to doing a great show by commit to coming down and singing during those times. Okay? Hey, take a quick bathroom break and go get my.
I come to the bathroom!
We're a little bit behind, but we're going to make it up with, extra time, during the school day when I can pull them and get everybody back on track. And I think by show week, we'll be in perfect shape. Line up. So you're going. Oh, you can see that, so you can actually sing it and sound good instead of oh, you're doing this, trying to get low, and it's not. Sound like a middle school bass, right? There's not a there. All right, so you're. Oh, it can be phenomenal. I think it's going to be great. The kids do have a great attitude, great work ethic, and so they want it to be good, and so they're going to do what it takes to make it happen. They're very coachable, and so they're going to take what we give them and apply it and make it a really great show. I think it's going to be fantastic, yeah.
Front so that, we're there. Okay?
How many spins do we do?
It's like one really slow one.
Just feel it. If you go around more, that can be a personality moment. Feel it.
We need to go to the house.
Yep, we're done.
So really this week with Tech Week, and so really just making sure we're getting with the pit, and so it's always a kind of a hard, almost a dance of getting it. The pit's been practicing by themselves, the course been practicing by ourselves, and so now we've got to come together, get the tempos, get all the nuances together, and so that's going to take a little bit of time, but by the end of the week we should be running pretty smooth.
Authority over you, including your peers who are dance captains or crew chiefs or whatever, or especially, thank you, especially Syl, our stage manager. Let me explain to those of you that don't know how a stage manager works. Syl, stand up. This is Syl.
Silvina Garcia. I am a senior at Russellville High School, and I am the stage manager for the show. Really good about figuring things out and working together, which I like about our crew a lot. We respect each other a lot, so we listen to each other and figure things out. I do feel sad about it. I thought about going into college and doing theater, but it's just a lot with what I want to major in. But I'm just very thankful that I was given the opportunity to work in shows, and with this theater program has been amazing.
Hi, my name is Sean Metz. I'm a senior at Russellville High School, and I'm playing the role of Lord Evelyn Oakley. The best part of doing the show has definitely been watching everyone else develop their characters. It's been my favorite part in every single show we do. Watching everyone else's stories come together and find out how yours fits in with all of it, and then watching the show be put on for real.
Some years ago, a motion picture company from California rented Oakley Hall, the ancestor marks.
Something that worried me was just we had a lot of people who had never done a show before, and I was just wondering how that would work out with with doing new shows and us doing new technology things, new acting things, but it's worked out perfectly, and I'm very, very impressed and proud of everyone that's been doing the show.
I'm Sadie Hilton, and I'm a senior, and my role is Prudence, and I'm an angel. Yeah, so I have a stress fracture from dancing, but I took my boot off for the first time today, and I'm going to try and dance it in tennis shoes. And so yeah, it's just really unfortunate that this happened now, but I was just doing a lot of dancing, and I got new shoes, and so it just like put pressure on my foot, but I'm feeling good today, so. I always try and be really present, like whenever I'm doing shows, and like just to like soak everything in. And so I feel like it's just gonna be like, I just have to remember it's the last one, like it's just the feeling of like whenever the curtains open and you see like a full house, and just like the energy that you feel with the people on stage with you and stuff like that. I don't know, I think I'll be really excited, but it'll be bittersweet for sure.
My name is Marad. I am a junior and I play the character Spit.
Excuse me, Captain. Is there a casino on this ship?
Why, no.
There is now.
Scholarship program a year ago. I won a scholarship program called Flex, and I got to spend a year in an American high school totally for free. And here I am in Russellville High School.
My brother here, Spit, needs someone to lead him not into temptation.
It's actually my first ever like theater experience, and I before I came to America, I already had a plan and I already wanted to try American theater, but I was not expecting like this level, like the costumes, the people, like it's so serious, and it's a lot of money spent on this, and like the level is for high school. In Ukraine, we don't really even have theater in schools, but for high school, it's just crazy to me that this is possible.
My name is Tess Barborik. I'm a junior and I'm playing Hope Harcourt. Well, my favorite part about this show specifically is how hilarious it is, and these people in this cast are just so funny in real life too, and so they're able to bring those funny characters to life so well, and I'm really excited to hear the audience hear those jokes for the first time, because we hear it over and over and over when we're rehearsing, and so the jokes kind of get old, but I know that when we're on stage and the audience is hearing those jokes for the first time, it's going to be just so magical to hear them laugh so hard. We're all very close, this cast is, and so there's times where we almost spend too much time with each other, and so we've had to kind of step back and be like, okay, we can't hang out too much or else we're going to get really tired of each other, and this is going to make the process really long. But we've had a really fun time, and I'm super excited to perform it for people.
Whilst I render it for you. Downstairs. There he is. FBI, got
Hi, my name is Zane Wood. I'm in 11th grade, so I'm a junior, and I am playing Moonface Martin, the public enemy number 13. I would say, well, the nerves haven't really hit me yet, since, we're still in the process of just working everything out. Nerves-wise, I gotta say, just for making sure that I'm able to perform, and because it's different looking around, and there's an empty room full of just the people that support you and are there for you, and then being actually in front of an audience who have all different, ideas and different perspectives. And so really just being able to play this character and to be able to do that is something that is kind of nerve-wracking, but in the end I feel like it'll be super fun. So.
My name is Walker Foy, and I play Billy Crocker in Anything Goes, and I'm a senior at Russellville High School.
What is your name?
Billy Crocker!
Hey, Billy, good to see you.
You came after all. I didn't see you come aboard.
Yeah, it's definitely tiring, so it'll be nice to get to sleep at a normal time. But yeah, it'll be kind of sad just for this to be my last show, because I'm not really gonna do theater moving on from this. So, yeah, it will be.
Make sure we start using the hankies in Bon Voyage. Boys are blue, girls are white. There's probably not enough.
So sometimes I enjoy high school theater when we see it on stage, and I just think, well, where is their Tony? They deserve a Tony. Is because you realize what we went through to get them to this point. They're still in all their AP classes. They're still having to do everything else. They still had to go to All-State and choir assessment and band assessment, and yet here we are.
So they've made him their favorite son, and that crowd's his show. Anything goes. You're saying your prayers, you like a bean cake.
All ashore that's going ashore. All ashore that's going ashore. Anything goes will be sailing off on April 27th, 28th, 29th at 7 p.m. and April 30th at 2 p.m. at the Center for the Arts. Be sure to not miss it.